Hexcrafter Magus starting build. Hexcrafter is a Magus with witch spells, alright. Or better to say hexes and curses. So basically this is a witcher. A true witcher. They cast spells or buff their melee attacks with their arcane pool of magic energy. You will play with simple light one-handed weapons in one hand, and your other hand will be reserved for casting spells, so it's basically a one-hander. A bit funny, but that's how it is. So, you are proficient with light, simple weapons and light and medium armor. For later in the game you'll be able to use heavy armor too. On top of all of this, you will also be able to cast 0-level spells, or better to say, cantrips. Choosing race, we're searching for high dexterity and intelligence here. So, human, elf, halfling, half-elf, half-orc, tiefling and vampires apply for the role. Choosing background, nomad wanderer, regional diplomat, Nexian scholar, historian, Hadrian wanderer in regional Varisian explorer, daredevil, sheckless corsair and Linorm kings all apply for the role. We're gonna go with daredevil because of free mobility skill bonus. Allocating ability points, I would go with a full risk reward here with 7, 18, 13, 20, 7 and 7. Reason is very simple. This is one of the most offensive classes in the game. You want to burst as fast as you can. How you do it? With risking starting attribute points. How you do it in a game? You're gonna apply all possible buffs. You trigger melee touch with spell, or better to say you prepare a melee attack, then you open up with a long range spell into a freaking melee attack for maximum amount of burst damage. Those that don't like to risk, just reduce intelligence to 18 and put all 7s on 10s. You got exactly enough points. Those that don't like to risk it at all, we can go with 13, 16, 13, 20, 7 and 7, and that would be the safer route. I would always go for a high risk, high reward. Suffer a bit in the beginning of the game, and once you start acquiring items and scaling with levels, that early risk will pay off 3 times more than when going with a safe route. It's your choice how you wanna play this. I gave you options. Allocating skill points, we take everything that's green, we got exactly enough points. Athletics, mobility, arcana, world, persuasion and use magic device. Feats, weapon finesse is a no-brain for the first feat, we take it out. For our second feat we can take spell focus, abjuration, conjuration, enchantment or evocation, your choice what you wanna go with. Choosing spells now, burning hands for some AoE damage, expeditious retreat to run faster, flare burst for some light, magic missiles as the best early spell that you can get in the game, magic weapon to boost your damage a bit, shield for some protection, for some defense, true strike so you can actually hit someone with your melee attacks, and vanish illusion so you can actually hit someone while sneaking. That's it. Deity, Calistria, Kaiden Salian, Lamatsu, Norgober, Saranrea, they're all valid options here. Pick what you like the most. Alignment also, it's your choice. And off we go. Once you level up a bit, when you receive Magus Arcana bonus feat, consider taking Hasted Assault. Other races now as Hexcrafter Magus. For elf, halfling and half-elf and half-orc, we're gonna stay with base versions and then we're gonna copy the entire human build. For tiefling, we can go with base version of tiefling or Grimspawn and then we're gonna copy the entire human build. For vampire, the only good and valid option would be Vetalaborn, Ajibachana, and then we're gonna copy the entire human build. You could take necromancy spells and that's it. With, of course, spell focus into necromancy for a feat. For kitsunes, we stick with Keen Kitsune and we apply the entire human build.